Coach Tasneem and Aisha. This is part two of Learning from the Past. Tasneem, one question that comes up, and these days it is a buzz phrase, and that is about intergenerational trauma. Could you
जी
shed some light on this? What is intergenerational trauma?
So, intergenerational trauma, in short, is emotional or psychological pain that is passed from one generation to the next. And the reasons for that could be many. It could be rooted in many major life events, such as war or displacement, religious persecution. It could be just domestic violence and abuse. It could be neglect or abandonment. It could also be just poverty or forced migration. So, all of these like major life events which have happened to generations before, and because of that, they formed certain coping mechanisms, certain belief systems, certain patterns in which they function. Um, that gets passed on and echoed from generation to generation to generation.
So
So it's
it,
about an emotional legacy, so to speak.
but it could be like your great 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 grandfather or grandmother. So how does that go down so many generations? Is it?
Yeah, because, as we were talking about before, like those patterns that we were talking about, that becomes core beliefs.
Hmm.
Core beliefs that people function from, it actually becomes the value system.
Oh.
And that value system, obviously, because you hold on to it, gets passed on as a way of upbringing or parenting, or just living, that the child kind of picks up growing up, and that becomes a part of the emotional legacy. Like, I think I can safely say that my sensitivity is, I feel,
Mhm.
an emotional intergenerational legacy that has passed on to me. And obviously, what I do with it, and we'll talk about that, that how do you break that chain?
Mhm.
What are you doing with it? But yes, it is, I think, as far as I remember, my mother, extremely sensitive. My grandmother, the same. Before that, I was lucky enough to even spend some time with my great great grandmother.
Mhm.
So she was also exactly the same. So yeah, I think these are a few emotions and belief systems that get passed on.
So it could be, for example, fear. Like you've seen in
Yeah.
some families, fear is very pervasive. अरे अरे ये नहीं करो ये हो
Mm-hmm.
जाएगा अच्छा
Mm-hmm.
वो हो ये हो सकता है. And it could be leading up to or being traced to, like you said, some kind of trauma, migration, or something that happened
Yes,
maybe
something.
generations ago.
एब्सोल्युटली घर के अंदर हो सकता है, या उससे बड़ी जो इवेंट हमने वॉर की बात की, एक्सट्रीम पॉवर्टी की बात की, माइग्रेशन की बात की. आई एम श्योर SKFG would have loads to share over here, but it shows up in our lives as small emotional strong emotional reactions that feel bigger than the situation, and you don't know why you're feeling like this. Like छोटी सी बात हो जाती है और आपको इतना लगता है, इतना आप उसके ऊपर रिएक्ट हो जाते हैं. That's reason to look inside and reflect.
Such an interesting
Mm-hmm.
concept. All right, let's see what our caller has to say. Radio Azad, you're on the air.
The Aisha and Tasneem, the it brings me this topic brings me a lot of things, and I think the fear does not let us break the cycle, and the only solution to not to have generational damage is somebody has to be brave enough to
Okay.
break the cycle.
Yeah.
That way, the society norms जो हैं जो बने हुए हैं, it can be shown कि no, they can be broken, and then for the families also, for the kids also, क्योंकि वो जब इन चीज़ों में जनरेशन से होती आ रही हैं, तो then they think अगर मैं अपनी बीवी के साथ कर रहा हूँ, that's okay because my father did it. और अगर जो मियाँ जो है वो और अगर बीवी जो कर रही है तो वो सोचती है कि इट इज ओके बिकॉज आई वाज रेज्ड लाइक दैट.
Yeah.
तो इसको सॉल्व करने के लिए we have to have courage, we have to have knowledge, we have to get educated, and we have to have enough courage and not be afraid of the other people who keep telling you for years and years and years that you will be a failure, you won't be able to do it, you won't survive without me.
Mhm.
So I'm, Zinda मिसाल में उसकी हूँ, बिकॉज इन 60s इन माई wildest dream I never thought that, but alhamdulillah I have break the cycle. My nieces and nephews are seeing that. My sisters and brother, even though they are still having hard time to accepting it and doing something which is going on in their families, but on my part, I have done it, and they will sometimes they will sit and they will do think about it and realize, okay, why did I do it? Because literally I had to break the cycle. I did not have any other choice but, और especially जब आपका बच्चा चाहे बेटी हो या बेटा हो, is so sensitive, so caring that, and then they ask you, but why did you take all that BS from the other person?
Mhm.
So then you have to show them, no, you are strong enough. You are not going to let anybody walk on you.
All
And
over
it
you.
comes from the generation of our mothers. You know, we see that growing up.
Mhm.
So that is my 2 cents about that. But really, thank you very much for bringing this topic and, sharing it with us. Thank you.
Thank you for giving us a topic, which is how do you break the cycle? I think that's going to be a very good one. Shaidaji, thank you for sharing your story, and like I always tell you, really proud of you for living your truth. I think that's the only
Yeah.
way to put it.
And I think, Shailaji, if I can extend from what you shared, is, there comes a time in life where you want to release that weight. And forgiveness isn't always for the person. It's often for you. So, instead of like, I've met many people who say, why does this happen to me? Like, why do I have to always deal with all of this? And
Hmm.
I think that you, in your own way, have embodied the reframe, which is, I am the one who is strong enough to stop this from continuing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when intergenerational trauma breaks. So instead of thinking, यार मेरे साथ ही क्यों, मैं ही क्यों करूँ ये सब, I think it's important to reframe sometimes that you're not broken because of it. You're a bridge which is going to stop this from continuing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Shahida ji, I feel that you may just be the bridge. So,
Excellent.
congratulations.
Let's take a caller. Radio Azad, you're on the air.
Hello, Aisha ji. Hello, Tasneem.
Ji.
So, I just want to ask one thing. हमारी society में, and now the girls are अभी educate हो रही हैं, men's educate हो रहे हैं, men's तो खैर generation से educate हो रहे हैं. तो girls ने started working also, but आपने भी शायद feel किया होगा और या आपको सुनने में कभी मिला होगा कि नॉर्मली कभी कभार जब कुछ चीजें ऐसी हो जाती हैं लाइक इट्स डिपेंड ऑन पर्सनैलिटी, पर गर्ल्स को हमेशा ऐसा सुनने को मिल जाता है, बहुत आसपास सुनने को मिलता है कि अगर ज्यादा पढ़ लिख जाओगे और जॉब करने लग जाओगे तो दिमाग बिल्कुल लाइक फिर जाता है और मतलब जो आई थिंक बस मुझे आपसे पूछना है कि आपका क्या थॉट प्रोसेस है, बिकॉज लाइक बहुत अभी भी ये सब चीजें बहुत सुनने को मिलती हैं, एंड इवन व्हाट इसका एजुकेशन और से कुछ लेना देना नहीं है, बट लेकिन पर्सनैलिटी से, पर लेकिन फिर भी अभी तक हम लोग इस सेंचुरी में हैं और आज भी वुमेन को मतलब एक कैटेगराइज कर दिया जाता है कि बहुत ज्यादा पढ़ लिख जाना और वर्क करना मतलब is not good for them.
You know why? You know why, Ritu?
Yes,
Because
I know I know why.
Yeah,
But
because
still, yes.
I will answer that question. Because these
Mm.
girls will start to stand up for their
Yes.
rights. It's very simple. And that's why they say, अरे लड़की को नहीं पढ़ाना चाहिए क्योंकि then she will not accept all this crap that that women over the years have had to withstand through generations. ठीक है?
Yes.
That is the reason. She will not be malleable, not be adaptable. No, it's because she will stand up for herself, which we need to teach our daughters to do from day one.
And वो भी आप आपको सुनने को मिलता है, वो जो लोग एजुकेटेड हैं, पढ़े लिखे हैं, एंड सोसाइटी में अभी अगर आई डोंट नो, आप बहुत सारी कुछ चीजें हो रही है, अभी बहुत सारे डिवोर्सेस हो रहे हैं, इवन लाइक अभी तो बहुत और भी, बट लाइक उसका सारा ब्लेम द गर्ल्स एजुकेशन एंड देन गर्ल्स वर्किंग पे डाल दिया जाता है कि दिस दैट्स व्हाई, बिकॉज नाउ दे आर गोइंग आउट, दैट्स व्हाई इट्स हैपनिंग या
Mhm. Yep. And we've done like so many different
Yes.
topics on this, reasons for divorce, and the bringing up our girls, bringing up our boys. There's just so much that goes into it. Thank you, Ritu,
Yeah.
for highlighting that point. Radio Azad, you're on the air.
हाँ, आयशा एंड तस्नीम, आप लोग इंटर जनरेशनल ट्रॉमा की बात कर रहे थे ना, तो वॉर, रिफ्यूजी, वॉर से गुजरना, अपने फादर की डेथ को खुद अपने आंखों से देखना, होम इन्वेजन देखना, उसके बाद रिफ्यूजी बनना फ्रॉम अ वेरी एफ्लुएंट लाइफस्टाइल एंड जस्ट सच अ सिक्योर बैकग्राउंड से बिल्कुल एक्सपोज इन द ओपन ऑफ रोटी कपड़ा मकान, इज जस्ट लाइक व्हाट गाजा में तो खैर इट्स टेरिबल, मगर ऑलमोस्ट इट वाज लाइक दैट, यू नो, और जस्ट इट was solved quicker than what is happening all around the world, especially in Gaza. मगर हम लोगों ने अपने अब्बू से एक वादा हमेशा किया था, because when we saw our father defending us and saving us and taking the bullet shot and saving us, हम लोगों ने उनसे वादा किया था कि हम लोग जिंदगी को बेहतरीन बनाएंगे, हम लोग we won't give in to the negativities and the tragedies of life. So reality check बहुत पहले आया, reflection हुआ, we moved on with practicality, no expectations from others but independence on self, and we concentrated more on the positives than negatives. जैसा मम्मी बोलती थी बिठा के, हम लोग पांचों भी तो, हमारा भी तो मर्डर हो सकता था या औरतों के साथ कुछ हो सकता था एंड ऑल, वो समझाती थी जब हम लोग रोते थे तो, और वो खुद इतना, जब वो इतनी अच्छी रोल मॉडल थी, बिकॉज वो एक ऐसी सजीली हाउसवाइफ जिसके पास सब कुछ था, बट हाउ क्विकली शी ट्रांसफॉर्म्ड इनटू अ प्रैक्टिकल हाउस लेडी ऑफ द हाउस, इन द सेंस आवर लीडर टुगेदर विद माय एल्डेस्ट ब्रदर. सो वो उनको देखकर मैंने ये, हम लोगों ने ये सोचा कि अपने अब्बू से हमने कसम खाई थी कि हम लोग मूव ऑन करेंगे और हम लोग अच्छी जिंदगी गुजारेंगे, एंड दैट इज व्हाई देयर इज सो मच रिस्पांसिबिलिटीज इन माय ब्रदर्स एंड ऑल ऑफ अस, क्योंकि हमने रियलिटी चेक करके रिफ्लेक्ट किया, व्हाट इज द ऑपोजिट ऑफ दैट. Do we want to always be crying and leading very negative life and go into the poverty circle? No. We had education, had gone to convent and this Christian schools जो होते हैं वहाँ के, हाँ, good schools, you know, जो क्या बोलेंगे उनका, एक convent schools in a way, you know, in which lot of manners and to be taught and all. So वो हम लोगों ने सोचा जब इतना हमारा अच्छा strong background है इंग्लिश का and all, why not use it to teach English to people of our own age group and prepare them for TOEFL exam. और उस तरह से हम लोग बहुत early age से सब काम कर रहे थे. तो बोलने का मकसद है कि we concentrated more on positives and negatives in our lives and moved on, और इस तरह से हम लोग ने वो ट्रॉमा को कंटिन्यू नहीं होने दिया. फिर भी मैं बात करती हूँ, मेरे भाई लोग इतने प्रैक्टिकल हैं, वो लोग कहते हमसे भी बुरी चीजें लोगों के साथ हुए और हमारे सामने, because so many families were completely murdered, the entire family was gone. So ship पे जब हम लोग बैठे तो we came to know about stories about the refugees on ocean endurance ship, और उसके बाद हमने कहा कि अरे हम लोग तो सरवाइव किए, कोई डिसेबिलिटी नहीं हुई, कितने हेल्दी हैं, और अभी भी लोग हम लोगों को कितना वो समझते हैं होनहार वगैरह. वी आर गोइंग टू मेक द बेस्ट ऑफ आवर लाइफ, व्हाट इज रिमेनिंग इन आवर लाइफ, यू नो. So ये था, we have dealt and we are not passing on to our next generation के traumas and all that. We have moved on. Thank you, Aisha and Tasneem. Thank you.
Radio Azad, you're on the air.
हेलो आयशा जी, कैसे हैं?
कैसे हैं ममता जी?
ठीक हूँ. ऐसा है कि पढ़ाना लिखाना मतलब एजुकेशन बहुत जरूरी है. ये हम नहीं कहेंगे कि बच्चों को, लड़कियों को नहीं पढ़ाना चाहिए, लेकिन पहले ऐसे होता था, तब इतने चीजें भी नहीं थी कि पढ़ाई किया जाए. फिर भी माँ बाप चाहते हैं, बच्चे नहीं पढ़ेंगे. अगर मान लीजिए आप अपनी लड़की को एजुकेटेड नहीं करती हैं, नहीं पढ़ाती हैं, तो फिर अगर कोई मुसीबत पड़ेगी तो वो अपने को नहीं संभाल सकती।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल
पढ़ाना जरूरी है,
हम्म,
बट इमोशन जो ये हस्बैंड वाइफ की जो बातें हो रही हैं ना, ये हस्बैंड वाइफ की बात में एक दूसरे को बहुत सोचना पड़ता है।
हम्म,
इमोशन बहुत खराब हो जाता है, या सिचुएशन बहुत खराब हो जाती है कि क्या करूं क्या नहीं, ऐसी ऐसी बातें हो गई, दुख लगता है, रुलाई आती है, नींद नहीं आती है, कभी कभी होता है लाइफ में। लेकिन हस्बैंड को भी सोचना चाहिए कि ऐसी चीजें नहीं करना चाहिए।
बिल्कुल साथ साथ लड़कियों के आप अपने बेटों को भी समझाइए और पढ़ाइए कि किस तरह सलूक करना चाहिए, किस तरह ट्रीट करना चाहिए औरतों को।
Bilkul. And here I just wanted to add, in on the topic of intergenerational trauma, कि एक हम ना एक cultural values लेके भी अपने बच्चों को आगे बढ़ाते हैं, like respect for elders. वो एक अच्छी बात है, but
Yes.
if it is used to the extreme, it means silencing your voice, or it means just invalidating your truth just for the respect of others. So that's when you want to know कि ये मेरी एक value है, or is it a passed down generational trauma that I'm passing down? Like for example, जो हम बेटों की बात कर रहे थे अभी, ये toughness या emotional restraint, resiliency, but that to the point where you have no outlet to express yourself emotionally will lead to chronic anxiety, depression, disassociation from your emotions, and a legacy of unacknowledged pain. So yes, a value is good, but like with any good thing, too much of a good thing is not a good thing. So obedience to family norms ही ले ले. If you are always terrified कि यार मैं किसी को भी disappoint नहीं कर सकती, मैं किसी को भी lesser नहीं feel करा सकती, तो आप people pleaser बन जाएंगे उस हद
Yeah.
तक कि फिर आपकी ही life पे destroy हो जाएगी. Exactly.
ठीक है।
So I think all important things. Just a quick mention here of ways in which we can get rid of this intergenerational trauma. I also already mentioned the part of forgiving yourself for being the one who's put in that spot. I need to break the chain. But other than that, what I've really seen that helps is when you talk about it. And I think we addressed that even when we did show on shame, where I think I'd said silence feeds shame. So if you start having honest and vulnerable conversations with family or with a therapist or with somebody close and respected about what you're feeling, or just journaling your way through it, reflecting your way through it, I think talking about it, bringing those deep down emotions to the surface and addressing them, reflecting them, will help break those patterns with intention. Yourself, reparenting your children, setting boundaries, all of this, reclaiming your identity will help break this intergenerational
I
trauma.
like that word, reparenting.
Yeah.
What a great thing. So Tasneem, how do you have a growth mindset so you learn from the past and move forward?
That's a great question. Growth mindset is the belief that your abilities, your intelligence, and your potential can develop with effort, feedback, and strategy.
Okay.
That your abilities, your intelligence, and your potential can develop with feedback, effort, and strategy. Now, the opposite of the growth mindset is a fixed mindset. And a fixed mindset is, मैं जैसी हूँ वैसी हूँ. Some people say, ना मैं तो बस ऐसी हूँ. But that does not allow you to just consistently be rude.
Yeah.
And obnoxious just because आप कह सकते हैं कि मैं ऐसी हूँ. नहीं, अगर आप में कुछ है तो आप ग्रोथ माइंडसेट से, उसको एफर्ट से, फीडबैक से, कॉन्शियस स्ट्रेटजी से आपके रेपिटेटिव पैटर्न्स को ब्रेक कर सकते हैं. So there are 3 pillars of the growth mindset where they say the number one is effort over talent.
Okay.
So instead of saying I'm good at this, instead of saying I'm not good at this, you would then have to reframe and say that I haven't mastered it yet. I haven't mastered it yet. Because effort over talent. आप effort लगाएंगे तो आपका talent भी improvise हो जाएगा. Failure as feedback. ये तो सभी को पता है. Second one, mistakes aren't a sign of weakness. In fact, they are data for improvement. So if you use it wisely, you will improve. And curiosity over comparison. Curiosity over comparison. Ask yourself what you can learn, not why am I behind? Because why I am behind will always keep you stuck in that comparison. But what can I learn from this? कभी कभी मैं Instagram पे भी देखती हूँ तो मैं भी इंसान हूँ. कभी लगता है यार ये कितना अच्छा काम कर रही है, ये इसके तो कितने क्वालिटी वीडियोस है, मैं तो बहुत पीछे हूँ. What can I learn? But instead of me getting stuck, why am I behind? Why is she doing so well? Then I'll be stuck in comparison.
Right. Interesting. Great ways of thinking about it. And somebody said, right, you never learn from your successes, but you always learn from your failures.
Yes, absolutely, right? Because जो successful आदमी होगा या इंसान होगा वो हमेशा बोलेगा कि उसने सबसे ज़्यादा mistakes किए होंगे, because that's how they became so successful, by constantly learning. So I have another quick question for you. Do call in. What's one skill or mindset that you used to struggle with, that you're proud to say that now you worked on, even if it's just a little, and now you're much better at it? What's one skill or mindset that you used to struggle with, which you have now worked on, and you feel, हाँ मैं अब पहले से तो बहुत बेहतर हूँ. Maybe I'm still work in progress, but पहले से बहुत बेहतर हूँ.
I think for me, it is reading body language. I never even knew that was a thing. But I've learned to realize that. So you look at the little clenching of the fist and the little eye, darting, and the little deep sighs, and the twitching of the mouth, and you're like, something
is going on.
Something is not right.
So you've gotten better at reading body language.
Yeah.
So interesting. I think for me, it's just a continuation of what I just said. Ki I chose to be that bridge, I think, that we were talking about when we were talking about intergenerational legacies, emotional legacies that we carry. Now my sensitivity is my strength. I use it at my workplace. It's one of my USPs, because empathy is such a cornerstone of what I do. And every time I feel myself trapped with that extreme amount of sensitivity, I have learned ways to navigate myself out of it. So alhamdulillah, it is now definitely my strength.
Okay. And I actually wrote a little poem.
Oh,
which I'm going to. I don't even know if it makes sense grammatically or not or what, but I'm going to read it out. But let's take a caller first. Radio Azad, you're on the air.
Yes. So I overcome from my overthinking.
Oh, nice.
I used to overthink a lot, but I'm doing much better. I navigate myself better way. Learning from you guys, and read books and podcasts. That's what I do.
We have a show on overthinking.
Yes, I know that.
Yeah.
That's why I don't do now that much overthinking.
That's great. Wonderful. Good, Ritu. Thank you for sharing.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
So it's called Wo Din. Okay, Wo Din. जो चला गया वो लम्हा गुजर गया, जो चला गया वो लम्हा गुजर गया, जो गुजर गया वो भुला दिया, जो भुला दिया वो ना याद रहा, जो ना याद रहा वो ना दर्द दिया, जो ना दर्द दिया वो ना जख्म दिया, जो ना जख्म दिया वो ना रुला गया, बस चुपके से वो दिल से उतर गया, चुपके से वो दिल से उतर गया.
वाह वाह. हक साहब, आई होप यू आर लिसनिंग, बिकॉज इसके बाद मुझे आप कभी पोएम लिखने नहीं बोलेंगे, बिकॉज अमेजिंग, सो ब्यूटिफुल, वेरी सेंसिटिव, वेरी फाइन, एंड वेरी हार्टफेल्ट फॉर श्योर.
Thank you. You have inspired me to write. So I'm writing.
Yeah.
I don't know if it makes sense or grammatically or not, or what or what. But
and that's the joy. I mean, that's poetry to me. Like, not all poems rhyme, but sometimes they just kind of hit those chords of the heart, like yours surely did, which actually then brings me to a little bit of what I wanted to talk about, that Can you forgive someone in your past without forgiving? What does
Like
that
without
mean? Like,
actually
yeah, which
forgiving them?
actually forgiving, but that you just forgive them. Chalo, ho gaya, ho gaya.
All right, that's food for thought. Let's take a caller. Radio Azad, you're on the air. हेलो, दोबारा कॉल कीजिए, आपकी आवाज़ नहीं आ रही। 9725 फ़ोन नंबर ही नहीं दिया हमने। 9725019390 and you can even use the call studio button on your Radio Azad app and it will connect you to the studio. So number आपने जो है ना, you don't even have to remember that. So, how to forgive without forgiving?
है ना?
Good
उस
one.
पे एक अलग दूसरा कोट याद आ रहा है मुझे, आई होप कि सही से याद आया. गिव योरसेल्फ द अपॉलॉजी यू नेवर गॉट.
Yeah.
है ना, कॉमन वन है, गिव योरसेल्फ द अपॉलॉजी यू नेवर गॉट. एंड व्हाई इज दिस important? Because forgiving that person who probably never asked for forgiveness doesn't mean to say that what you did was okay or what happened was okay, but it means that I choose to stop reliving it. I choose to stop staying in its emotional grip, and therefore I release that pain, and therefore I forgive for my own peace. Not so much that I condone what you did, because that conversation never happened, but I free myself from needing closure from them.
Good. It makes a lot of sense. Let's see what our callers have to say. Radio Azad, you're on the air.
Assalamu alaikum to both of you.
Walaikum
assalam.
I have really enjoyed this show today because the quotes were so beautiful. Tasneem, you should take more trips because your English has become more fluent and so easygoing and all that, and then you come back more wiser from these trips, and and with that, because when listening to you, we have become more wiser too. And of course, my daughter, Aisha, I can't believe that this is the same girl who never liked Urdu, who was so weak in Urdu, is writing poems.
I know. See?
I can't just believe it that she's so good at it.
Oh, goodness.
And mashallah, her English was always a very strong thing. And although she doesn't read so many books, I don't know how she maintains to speak such good English.
I'm amazed sometimes how I do that. How can I even talk? Thank you so much.
The husband and the children do all the reading for her, I think.
I think I just osmosis learn from them.
But I must say that, I think loneliness is the main cause. If you don't get love when you are young from your family and you become lonely, and then the first opportunity you get is when somebody shows a little care and somebody shows a little love. So you fall into the trap of that person. And then you, afterwards, when it doesn't come out successful, the result, so you would reflect and you say, oh my God, what a mistake I made. And then you feel very bad about it, guilty about it. But when you start analyzing, you say, no, it was because I was lonely. I had nobody, and it was a different atmosphere, environment. So I fell into that trap. But now I come out of it, and I'm wiser. So I'm ready to forgive myself, and also to forgive the person who had trapped me.
Yeah.
So it's the best thing is to self-analysis and analysis about that. Will you go through it, although it may cause pain, but then you become wiser out of it.
Yep, true.
Thank you.
Thank you. Radio Azad, you're on the air.
आयशा एंड तस्नीम, आप दोनों एक दूसरे को निखारती हैं. This is a very sincere compliment. When you two are together, the best of the best comes out. Really, I feel that because you all are great partners and you encourage each other. What a good example of encouraging each other. Both are leaders in their own ways, but a team together, which is so important. And a beautiful poem, Aisha. What a beautiful poem. बहुत वो number 1 point मैं बताना मांगती थी. दूसरा, आपने पूछा ना कि कौन सा ऐसा है जो
जी,
आप लोग
जी।
परफेक्ट कर चुके हैं, वो परफेक्शन। पहले मैं परफेक्शन इतना मांगती थी कि
That's a
अपने आप
good
को
one.
स्ट्रेस आउट कर देती थी, नो मोर ऑफ दैट।
Mhm.
और तीसरा, आप लोग ने पूछा forgiving without really forgiving. Yes, I forgiving the people who killed my father, who brought us, our family, to a stage when it had become completely as a refugee. Roti kapda makan ke level pe, unknown people who with their own agendas, whatever they had. So I've forgiven them for my own peace, though I talk about it and I still have no respect and will never have any respect for them. And I just, for my own peace of mind and for my own family's peace of mind, I've forgiven them, but I've not forgotten each and everything I remember, but I do not remember it and overstress or overthink myself, or I was not responsible, तो मैं क्यों, अल्लाह उन लोगों को माफ करे।
जी।
मुझे तो अल्लाह ने बहुत अच्छी जगह पे पहुंचा दिया है मेरी फैमिली के साथ, you know, so I don't wish anything for them, but अल्लाह उन लोगों से ले चुका है, मुझे अच्छे से मालूम है, और ना तो मैं उनके बारे में ज्यादा सोचना मांगती, but I've not forgotten it, but I forgive them in my own ways, you know. So that was my point. Thank you, Aisha and Tasneem.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Pleasure,
And thank you
pleasure.
for the compliment, SKFG. And we feel the same way about each other. So,
The feelings are all mutual over here.
yeah.
So बस आखिर में एक थोड़ा एक रिकैप कर लें पूरा कि भाई पास से देयरफॉर लर्न कैसे करना है। अभी बहुत सारी बातें हमने की, उसमें सबसे मैं एक 4 पॉइंट्स में एक रिकैप करना चाहूँगी कि पहले तो हमने बात की कि रिफ्लेक्शन बहुत ज़रूरी है। रिफ्लेक्शन से ही आप अपने पास से सीख सकेंगे। तो उसके लिए जर्नलिंग मेरे लिए पहले से मैं बताती आ रही हूँ शो पे भी कि जर्नलिंग करना बहुत ही इफ़ेक्टिव है। लिखना बेसिकली, यू नो, दैट एक्ट ऑफ एक्चुअली पुटिंग थॉट्स टू पेपर इज़ व्हाट इज़ brings you those breakthroughs that you're looking for. तो वो हो गया first reflect. Second हो गया reframe the question from कि भाई मेरे साथ ये क्यों हो रहा है, why me से लेके जाके आपको करना है कि what did I learn from this. So you don't want to be stuck in why me, because then that guilt, shame, all of those emotions we talked about will keep you stuck there. But if you break out of it and say what can I learn from this now, अब जो हो चुका है, that will get you to stage 2. 3 would be then reclaim. So reflect, reframe, and then reclaim. What are you reclaiming? You're reclaiming your voice. You're reclaiming the power to write your own narrative. You know, in this, I've asked many people that I work with कि आप letter लिखिए. Your new self, write a letter to your old self. Be that healing that you were missing at that point. You know, because the goal is not to erase the past, it's to outgrow it. We are not here to be magicians and say हुआ ही नहीं था, वो तो foolishness होगा. But we are here to outgrow it, because you're not the story you survived, you are the storyteller now. You're not the story you survived, you are the storyteller now. आप अपनी story खुद से लिख सकते हैं, तो वो narrative को change करना है. That's when I say reclaim your voice, reclaim your narrative. And lastly, reset. What do you reset? Reset with new boundaries, new mindset. Choose to live differently, reparent yourself, reparent your children, reparent whoever needs to be reparented, आपके loved ones में, so that you reset not only yourself, but those integral human beings that make your life tick. So these are the 4 things that I feel will really help you learn from your past. It's reflect, reframe, reclaim, and reset.
And I think I would add another one, which is to renew.
Yes.
Because that is, you know, you sort of renew and recreate your life forward.
Absolutely. ये सब आप चीजें करेगी तो, you know, I think we will all be renewed, better versions of ourselves, which is our constant quest in life. कि भाई, I want to be a better version of who I was.
Absolutely. Excellent. So I have really enjoyed your quotes and
Yeah, आज overdose नहीं हो गया? नहीं, ठीक था?
नहीं, बहुत अच्छा था. And Shanaz ji's comment was right on the money.
It was so cute. She told me that आप इंडिया जाके Tibetan gurus के साथ बैठ के आई हैं, क्या करके आई हैं? So I burst out laughing, but thank you so much for that comment, and to all of you who appreciate this double shot relationship that we have. It's one that we've nurtured, I think, over a decade now, more than that.
Really?
Yes. So Alhamdulillah, only loads and loads to be grateful for.
Inshallah, and to renew it and move forward. And you have a poem.
Gee, this one I'd written a while ago. This one's titled "I Don't Live There Anymore."
I already love it.
I visit the past only when it knocks, not to relive it, but to remind myself how far I've come. Not every scar needs a story. Not every memory needs meaning. Some just need to be released with grace. I don't need closure from the ones who left. I give it to the parts of me that stayed behind. I don't hate my past. I just don't serve it tea anymore. Now I breathe softer, carry less, and move with the quiet knowing that I'm no longer who I was. And that, my friends, is such a beautiful thing.
What a beautiful thing you wrote. And I love that.
Thank you.
I don't serve tea to my past
Anymore.
Wow.
Thank you.
Excellent. And I love what you said that, outgrow your past. There's no point to erase it, but outgrow it. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you for all your fantastic contributions today. Everybody who called in, everybody who listened. There's so many ways that you can spend your time, but you chose to spend it with us today. So a huge thank you for that. I'll be back on Friday with another edition of Coffee Connection. And we'll leave you with this beautiful number. Apna khayal rakhiyega.